Debbie Allen quotes: "There was a time when being famous meant you were a gifted person in your field or your craft, making an impact. Or you were famous for being a horrible person. Now you're just famous for eating a frog. It doesn't mean the same anymore." Debbie Allen, one of the greatest dancers, choreographers, actresses, big time movies, TV. You know the hit show Fame. She did A Different World. She was a creative producer of that, along with Bill Cosby. She did choreography for Oscars. She's been like all in form of the entertainment industry. Of course, you remember that episode with her and JJ Jimmy Walker on Good Times. That 2-part episode, which was one of those episodes you won't soon forget. Of course, I remember her in JoJo Dancer with Richard Pryor. She's done a lot of things, and she's a sister of Felice Rashad, and just very creative minded person. Also married to NBA Norm Nixon, one of the best point guards of his era in the NBA. But what she was hinting at is what has long been a feeling amongst people who grew up in a certain time period. There was a time to be famous, and you were exceptional at what you did. You were gifted. You were seen as like you really, it was something. Nowadays, you get turkeys who come out now, and if they can get on a seesaw and go up and down 2 or 3 different ways and it gets 80 million views, then somehow they're seen as some kind of genius. It's just amazing that the standards and the bar has dropped so low. And that's what she's getting at, because she's in a profession where she sees the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. And you just got to sit there and just kind of roll your eyes and kind of be like, oh boy, this is the standards that they go on. This is what they are baffling about. It's so unfortunate. It really is. You just kind of look at it and you just kind of like, you don't know what happened. It's like, when did people stop having standards? What changed them? What was the reasoning? You know, um, it just hits you differently. That's all. You just kind of like dumbfounded. It's like you're at a loss for words. Um, you really don't know how to project that, because it was something that it just doesn't even seem like it's even legit. But I look at it and I just have to take it in totality. I'm just like, wow, it just really, it's kind of strange how that kind of hits. But she's absolutely right. Because it was a model of being a standard. People wouldn't even look at you. They'd laugh at you if you was. It was always cheesy. Folks, get your 15 minutes of fame. That was always like the Gong Show and corny. But corny didn't make a lifetime like it does now. Nowadays, you take something simple and people will run with it. And it's like they run with it as a running joke. There was always tears to this. Now them lines are blurred. They've been blurred for so long now that people can't really tell who's bringing it the real and who's faking the funk. So I understand wholeheartedly what she's saying, and I completely agree with her 100 on that. It don't mean what it used to, and that's why the industry and entertainment doesn't feel the same like it used to. The escapism is gone, and the talent, and they settle for so much mediocrity today. That's what we're dealing with, and that's in all professions and sports and entertainment, and in regular life too. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm at one time. Peace.